Surveillance testing is a way for us to understand what's going on in a community. And in this case, we want to know what's going on with SARS-CoV-2 in the UGA community, and so we can do surveillance testing to monitor that. And depending on what happens, we can adjust course and make modifications to policy and practices as needed.
We have stood up surveillance testing at Legion Field. We started that process maybe about 2 months ago, but we've actively been doing sampling over the course of the last 2 weeks. The surveillance process basically is available to asymptomatic individuals in the campus community to register for a time, to present to the Legion Field site, and to be registered and go through a nasopharyngeal sampling process to do COVID testing. We have it staffed with health center staff who are seasoned and very familiar with obtaining specimens of this nature. The specimens themselves, once samples are obtained, are put into their vials, capped up, and shipped back over to the vet school's lab to be processed. We would not be able to do this at all without the vet school's participation. They have essentially transformed their lab from an animal-based laboratory to one that's capable of doing human specimens, and that's been certified through the CLIA certification process. So we can treat these tests as clinical test samples. So it will be no different than the quality of tests that we do here in the clinic on patients who are symptomatic.
So our role in the Diagnostic Lab is to run the polymerase chain reaction tests for the detection of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, or COVID. When we get the sample, it comes in the evening. We start the process that evening on getting it processed and put into batches, and then those samples are further tested in the morning, so they'll go through the steps that you've seen here. And so usually we will have results done in 24 to 48 hours and back to the individual. So what we do is that we will send an email back to the individual, and that email will say that your test result is ready, and then it will direct you to sign back in to the secure online registration site, and it'll direct you to a place where you can see your result and you can print that result out.
The types of testing that we're doing at Legion Field is a PCR test. That's the test that uses the nasopharyngeal swab. It is considered the industry standard for COVID testing, but it does have some complexities about it. Its turnaround time is a little longer than some other tests, but its accuracy is much higher. It is also equivalent to the types of tests that are done in other clinical settings, so we can say it's kind of a apples-to-apples comparison when you get a test done there versus whether you were to come here and get a test at the health center.
In addition to the surveillance program, UGA is also promoting physical distancing, wearing of face coverings while in campus buildings, increased frequency of cleaning of high contact surfaces, in addition to some more deep cleaning as needed. In addition, we've also implemented an education awareness program that includes trainings that's required campus-wide, educational messaging, and signage that you'll see on all campus buildings. Through this, we're promoting personal responsibility and accountability to the community.